Inside the Bullpen, brought to you by Sport Clips, haircuts for men, where you can sign in online and skip the wait.
You don't have to make it up to me. The forecast calls money trees to grow. And wouldn't you know, everything's gonna work out right if you maximize your time. Don't you worry about your dreams and visions. You better know everything's gonna turn out fine.
Lovely intro music. And we are back with another Inside the Bullpen podcast, episode number 64. That is the Pete Kessel edition. Chad Seward, the de facto host of the show now, joined by Mr. Frank Trazzera. Frank, welcome to the show.
I can't even tell you how great it is to be here live in your office on the show.
It's unreal.
This is a dream come true for me.
I
want to know why I haven't been invited on the show before.
Frank, you're always welcome. You're 2 doors down. You can come over anytime you want.
And I think I could have had a better introduction. I am this week's recipient of Jimmy.
That's true.
So you want to back up and do it again? Go ahead.
No, listen. We don't put a lot of research into it, and we don't restart the thing. We let it flow. It's a train of thought. Frank just won. We had our staff meeting. He has been awarded the Jimmy, as we call it, the Jim Hudson Award, which if you follow the NYTEX Sports Center on Facebook, you'll see the Jim Hudson Award. The Jim Hudson Award was awarded to Frank. What did you do this week so special?
I don't think I was awarded for one specific thing. It was from Canute, and it was a Lifetime Achievement Award. 12 years of achievement here at the NYTEX Sports Center for I guess the plethora of great things that I've done over the years. No one can name any of them.
No. But there's great things, apparently, that have been done to award the Jimmy to Frank. So, Frank, congrats.
Proud to have the Jimmy. It's a great award of a great man that's spent a part of his life with us.
And
a great part of our life.
Speaking of great things, the sponsors for the show. Today's show, of course, brought to you by Sport Clips. Frank, your hair does not stop growing on the weekend, which is why Sport Clips is open on the weekend.
I got my hair cut there last time.
Excellent. Way to support the sponsors. Also, Acme Brick. If you are not using Acme Brick in your home or office, you are at chance of it falling down. Great chance.
Acme Bricks are on my house.
Absolutely. Acme Brick is the only brick. And, of course, the Texas Law Hawk is a sponsor of the show. If you find yourself in jail for murder, drug possession, assault, or something along those lines, you've gone horribly off the rails, and you need to call the Texas Law Hawk. And I should have a number here, but I don't because that's the way
But if you're in prison for any of those things, I don't think you can just pick up the phone and call him.
Well, you get one call. That's what I've learned on TV. You get one call.
And you're going to have his number handy?
Yeah, and then the hawk comes busting through the door. That's the way it works on the commercials.
He usually jumps in on a motorcycle?
Absolutely. More on that later. Frank, it's a big month. November is nigh upon us here at the NYTEX Sports Center.
It is.
This is our month of, giving, caring, Brahma's Care month.
Don't we care every month, Chad?
We do, but we make an extra point to care more. We care harder in November. It's just the way it is. The air gets cool. We start getting excited.
And you know what? Let's shout out because for this weekend, the 9th is Friday night.
Yeah.
That's my brother's birthday.
See?
All right, so we do care more in November. It's Sal's birthday on
that is
Friday. He'll be in town. Gets in around 5:30. I have to pick him up. He and John Luca will be here for the games this weekend. Very exciting.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Well, then, happy birthday in advance to Sal.
The older brother.
The New York end of NYTEX Sports. Right. The older brother.
Older brother.
The older.
Right.
And as I've heard you say to several people, you're the better looking of the two. That's how you sell it.
You're a lot better looking. You know. My parents stopped. I'm the youngest. Once they got it right, they called it a day right there.
Yeah, my parents stopped at me because they said we've created a monster. We don't need to do that again. All right, so listen, this month, because today is Wednesday when this podcast is being released, Chick-fil-A on Mid-Cities and 26, the new Chick-fil-A partner from 5 to 7:30. If you mention the Brahmas, you will be helping out the Texas Brahmas Youth Hockey Association Scholarship Fund. So, as you know, Frank, having raised 2 kids in hockey, it's a very expensive sport.
Yes, it is.
It is not cheap like tennis or fishing.
So the scholarship fund, real deal. I think we just awarded, I want to say 5 players were awarded partial scholarships again this year by the Junior Brahmas TBYHA. So that's pretty exciting. And that's just players on the Junior Brahmas. We also will usually try to help some players out in the DSMHL, Dallas Stars Metro League, which is the house league. So it's a big deal. So go over there, eat some good chicken with a great sponsor, a new sponsor, but really a returning sponsor, right? Weren't they with us?
They were. There's a lot of Chick-fil-A drama associated with.
But that particular Chick-fil-A was with us in the early years.
Correct. I believe even when we won our championship in 2009.
And then it went over to the fella in the mall for years.
Yeah, it went to Roof Snow for a couple years.
Forgot about
because that guy used to be at Mid-Cities in 26, and then he went to the new Roof Snow location. And then it went to the mall. And now we're back to the proper version of the current story.
Have we had Chick-fil-A with us for 12 years?
They took an exodus for 1 year. We had Raising Cane's.
Oh, right.
We've always had chicken. Chicken is a staple of the NYTEX Sports Center.
Well, because remember, there is speculation that a Brahma or a Brahman or something like that is some kind of chicken.
It is. It is one of the largest species of chicken. Not that, hey, listen, I moved out to the country and all of a sudden I know stuff about chickens, but yes.
Who knew?
A Brahma. I believe they're used in underground cockfighting. That's a true story.
I don't even know what to say about that.
You shouldn't say anything to that.
How does 2 different animals get the same name?
I don't know.
Is it Brahma or is it Brahman, the chicken?
It's a Brahma.
The chicken's a Brahma?
Yeah. You Google Brahma pictures, and you'll see one of 3 things. You'll see a Brahma player, a chicken, or the gray cow with the big hump on its back. Quasimodo of the cow family.
Have you ever seen an actual live Brahma? Bull. The bull.
Bull. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a large animal.
It's very large.
Very large. Menacing.
Drooping ears and then that strange camel-like back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very large.
Large animal. Yeah.
Large. I have never seen a purple one.
The only place I've ever seen one is here, I must say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also large.
Very large.
And menacing.
Not so much on the drooping ears.
No. We do not.
Your ears perk up. When you're a Brahma, your ears are perked up to the gentle musings of Coach Wildfong.
The gentle musings of Coach Wildfong. Well, speaking of the gentle musings of Coach Dan Wildfong, we will get to experience those against his former team on the 9th and 10th when the Shreveport Mudbugs come to town. Very exciting.
Listen, you got – what else can you ask for this weekend? You got the Brahmas and the Bugs playing it in the shoebox.
It's a great rivalry.
Over the past 12 – I mean, you look at this rivalry. It's been 20 – it's 20-plus years old, maybe closing in on 20-something years old, right?
Yeah.
Started in 97. So it's 20, 21 years old. 1 year we were out. A couple of years they were out.
Yeah.
So I wonder what the all-time record is, because in the early years, 97 through 06, before the team folded and went away, before it came here, the rivalry was – the relationship was much of the hammer to the nail. Basically,
we played the role of the nail.
Yeah, we basically we were the doormat. We were the laughing stock. We got slaughtered every single time they played.
Well, you know why we got slaughtered every single time we played?
Because Dan was on the other team.
Dan.
Well, they had a murderer's row team out there all the time, but
they did.
The Brahmas had some lean years under the old days.
The Brahmas were pretty terrible in the Fort Worth Convention Center era. In fact, I have Dan's stats for you, Frank. In 8 years as a Mudbug, get this, he has 217 goals, 341 assists, and 2,289 penalty minutes.
That's pretty impressive.
He's beating you with his fists and
That's pretty impressive.
And the stick. Yeah, it's I believe a championship was won along the way. 2.
I think 2.
2 titles.
Yeah. 2 championships in Shreveport, And if you ask Dan, he'll tell you there should have been a third
in Laredo.
that they scored.
It went in the back of the net.
Went in the back, and they disallowed it.
Which is something that happened the last time we saw the Brahmas here at home. Allegedly, the puck went in the net.
Well, listen, you saw the pictures and the video.
Listen, I was sitting right here in my office, and I've got a perfect angle. It went in, and
I saw Rebecca. Did you see Rebecca's pictures?
Yeah.
That puck's across the line. But
shout out to Rebecca. She did her best to defend the Brahma honor by yelling at the referee, and she's like, "I've got my camera. Look, it's right here. It's in the." You can't see me wave my hands here on this podcast, but she was trying. She was lobbying.
Yeah.
God bless Rebecca Bingford.
She's got the picture. It shows, so I'm counting it. All right.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But yeah, so the 9th and 10th, we have the Mudbugs in town, and we have because we care, a Fill the Net campaign. We're helping our friends at the Community Enrichment Center, who we have supported here since you bought the building in 2007.
So 12 years with them as well.
12 years with them, and we're up in the ante. This year we are asking fans to bring into the net, into the lobby. It'll be pretty obvious where it is. Non-perishable food items, toiletries, diapers, new clothing, if you happen to have that, to help a family in need this holiday season. And we'll also benefit them on the 24th of November, Teddy Bear Toss, which is
it's pretty early.
It's the earliest we've ever had it, but we don't have a home game from the 24th of November all the way to the 21st of December.
Right, so it's too late.
And their Christmas party where they award the toys to the youth of Tarrant County, it's like the first week of December this year.
Okay, so that's good.
So
we'll have a week or two before.
It works out.
Perfect.
So we're going to help out the Community Enrichment Center, which is a great cause here in the area. And then, hey, November 9th, you know what else is happening? Because there's so much happening, Frank. We had to get in here together and record it for posterity. In addition to Sal's birthday,
will you remind me to get him a cake? I got to get him a cake.
Okay.
Right, I'll get him a cake.
He's going to hear this, though.
Okay.
He's going to hear this and remind you to get him a cake.
Okay, good. Note this up. Get your brother a cake.
Or Glow will remind you to get a cake.
Glow can't make it, unfortunately.
Well, that's just not right.
Yeah, unfortunately. Glow was coming. We did have an unfortunate loss in the family. We lost a longtime friend, literally, Larry Lancicero. Shout out to his family, Lori and Kitty, down in Florida.
Oh, no.
He passed away, 90 years old, 90 years young.
90 years young.
This guy was a rock star, part of the childhood of Sal and Frank and Connie and all the Trazzeras. Grew up in Massapequa.
Does he know Buzzy Deschamps?
I don't think he ever met Buzzy. Good friends with Soupy DeFazio, though.
Oh, he knows the DeFazios.
He went out and had a drink or two with Soupy DeFazio many, many times.
Well,
for sure.
If you ever been out with Soupy, you don't have just one drink. It's definitely two or three.
Yeah.
Well,
so unfortunately, my mother was coming in for this weekend, but she's going to stay back and represent the family. We'll miss Larry. Lotzi was his name. Great guy. So our condolences out to their family. We'll miss him.
That is terrible.
Yep.
Well, we'll see Glow again soon,
She'll
I'm
be
sure.
in soon, I'm sure. She may come back for Thanksgiving, so you may soon as you know.
There you go.
Sooner than you know.
Well, also on the 9th is Bango's birthday. Did you know that?
Ed, I did not know that. I did not know that.
Yes.
How old is Bango?
That's a good question. We'll have to ask him.
A couple of months, I mean?
I can't. It's at least a year because it's his birthday. It's at least a year.
Right.
So he's going to have
how old? Is he younger than Mongo?
Yeah, he's the younger. He's the younger of the I think he's a cousin. He's a cousin of Mongo.
He's a cousin of Mongo, and they're all related to Bruiser.
Distant. I think it's by marriage though.
Oh, it is.
I don't think it's by blood because Bruiser is purple and Mongo and Bango are black.
Different sides of the tracks.
Different,
I got you.
Different sides.
All right. Well, that's
Bango's edgy. He's got that mohawk.
Yeah, he's edgy.
So he's going to have his first birthday here. I hear Mongo is still recovering from his injury.
Is Mongo coming to his birthday party?
I think so. If Dr. Kazowicz clears him.
What day is Mongo's?
The 9th, Friday night.
Same as Sal's. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, So remind me. Let me get him a cake also.
Okay. A lot of reminders for cakes.
A lot of cakes.
Yeah, Mongo. We'll have to talk to Dr. Kazowicz and see how he is improving from his injury. But hopefully Mongo will be able to be on hand. There will be several of Mongo and Bango's mascot friends here to play a little mascot broom ball.
Awesome.
Which is always awesome. Always a good sight. So that's happening. Also, we'll be wearing. Tell everybody, what are we wearing? The whole month we're wearing a special jersey.
Oh, we got the shout out to the military jerseys. All right, so this is Military Appreciation Month.
Correct.
Here at the NYTEX Sports Center, and for the 12th year in a row, we will have a special jersey that we will wear. It's got a different look this year, something we've never done before.
Never.
It's all black. Very, very cool look, and a little bit of camo mixed into it. So
a new logo, even.
Yeah, we even got
that's a new logo.
Should we tell them what the logo is, or should we keep it a big secret?
Well, we're going to find out on Friday anyway.
See it. Actually, we could probably slip a picture out.
We should probably tease that.
We can let Megan sneak that information out here in the next 24 hours.
And so I believe there'll be T-shirts available in the store as well. We talked about that earlier.
With the same logo. It's just for the first time. It's just going to say Lone Star on the jersey. Because we've always obviously embraced Brahmas and Brahmaland. We wanted to do something a little different. It's got a dark black camo look to the jersey. And I think it's going to be pretty neat to look down there and just see a black jersey and a black socks, black pants, the whole thing. It'll be a different look. So
yeah, it's going to be cool. It's kind of like the black stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So we'll wear those all 5 games the month of November. The 21st, the day before Thanksgiving, we will again face off against the Mudbugs, and there will be a post-game skate with the players, an annual tradition. That's the 12th year here in the NYTEX.
Wednesday night.
That's Wednesday night.
Wow, great.
The 12th year to do that here.
Right.
Always
a
fun
time.
time.
Home games are against the Bugs.
That's correct.
Wow, I tell you what, this is an important stretch in the schedule for us right now. Really is.
It is.
We just climbed back to 500 this past week.
Yeah, that's why we're doing the podcast, because I said I'm never doing another one as long as we're in the cellar. So now that we're out of the cellar,
yeah, I mean we're in the thick of things right now. We've got, not to sound just like Dan, but we got a lot of things to clean up, and he's right. But I'll tell you this: I've spent a lot of time around the team this year, gone on the road, just went to Topeka. This is a tight group. They're working hard, and they really are getting it, and it's coming. So I think you really, if this thing's coming together the way we feel over these next, in my opinion, 4 to 6 games should tell a lot.
I think so.
Yeah.
Usually we start pulling it together in November.
It's tougher because in past years we've had so many more returning players that had an idea of our expectation, our culture, our standard, our systems,
right.
all those things on the ice. You got 90% of the team or more is learning everything new.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal for guys. So it takes a little bit longer sometimes to get it.
I think getting Evano back would help with that chemistry because he obviously knew the system.
Yeah, and he's comfortable in the system.
Yeah.
He keeps the room loose also because a lot of guys are, they're facing this type of adversity for the first times in their life and making steps, and it's good to have some veterans in there who carry that burden, and he does. He keeps it loose, keeps the guys, keeps things, tolerable in some cases.
Yeah, and hey, and speaking of in the room, shout out to Seth. What's the correct way to say his last name? Eisel.
Yeah, player of the week.
First star of the week from the South for his shutout performance up there in Topeka. Yeah,
we really had both nights. We had solid defensive play and solid goaltending, so that was big for us. And come away with 3 out of 4 points, big deal. And hats off to Seth on.
Yeah, he stood his ground.
We had a lot of firsts on Saturday night. Okay, so we had Seth gets his first NAHL shutout.
Right.
South Division Player of the Week.
Yep.
Gabe Poddick gets his first NAHL point.
Right.
And goal.
Correct.
And really, it was interesting because right before the face-off, there was a change. There was a face-off and a quick whistle in our zone. We might have iced the puck. And then Dan quickly put Poddick on and took another winger off. I don't remember who the winger was. And, he's jockeying.
Yeah.
And we win the face-off the way it's drawn up, kind of rim it. Poddick picks up the puck, and he sends a 180-foot empty netter or so. And that's his first point and first goal. And really, what a great guy to get it. and I actually said this in the room. So Gabe is a young man. He's the youngest player on the team. Okay, he's a month younger than Joey. Those are the two youngest players. Born
98 birth years.
2000.
2000. Yeah,
Yeah,
2000. Yeah, 98 would be the older.
The older. So he's a October. I want to say 12th is his birthday in 2000.
Okay.
If I got that right, I want to hear something. I want to hear a shout out from the Pottocks to get his birthday right. I know it's October.
What's Joe's?
Joe's is September 11th, 2000. So, I said to the guys in the room, there couldn't be a better guy to score the empty net goal tonight, because this is a guy who comes to work with guts every day. This guy works his tail off, and and I said it to the guys. I said, Gabe, you were on many decision boards early on in the season, because as Dan's looking at 35, 40 players, you got to figure out who can do what, who can make it through the grind. And there were many times where his name came up and the guy just kept working and working and working. It's a true testament to how much hard work will get you. And it was really great for him to score that goal. So I was happy for the guy.
Well, hopefully that opens up the door for more, because
Yeah.
we need goals. They've been in short supply this season so far.
Well, and then I think on Friday night, didn't Andrew DiCarlo get his first goal?
He got a goal. Was it his first?
I think that was his first goal as well, because I remember, I think there were 3 pucks given out that weekend, and I certainly hope I didn't miss anybody else. There might have been more, but I think he picked up his first goal on Friday night, and honestly, I think he hit the post once too, because he could have had 2 in that game. He had a really strong game on Friday night.
Well,
Good shot in the arm for the offense.
we do need a shot in the arm for the offense. His scoring has been spread out. It is very all over the board. It's not one guy leading the charge. It's not like that year we had the line of fire where 3 guys had over 90 points, and then the rest of the team was basically ghost town.
It's never really been like that. Was the only
That was an
time.
anomaly year.
Yeah.
They stayed healthy, and they stayed together the whole year.
And they were just so dominant. So you had Hogaboom, Woolard, and Deitch.
Greg Hogaboom,
Yep.
who did some things in hockey, never sniffed the National Hockey League, but he was a big player in Europe. He's a sniper.
Right.
Jason Deitch.
Yep. Jason Deitch, who played his junior hockey.
Right here in this
Right here.
building. Won a Robertson Cup right in this building. Won a Central Hockey League President's Cup right here in this building. And I believe won another President's Cup with Allen, didn't he?
Several. More than one.
Yeah, interesting story about him. He won the ECHL with the Cincinnati Cyclones.
Yeah.
So he's won at
3 or 4 different, I think 3 different pro teams
yeah.
and a junior team. He had 4 championships. That's a guy that knew how to win. Really did.
Yeah, he knew how to win just a little bit. And then, of course, third member of the line of fire was Mr. Chad Woolard, who
And he could score a goal, too.
he could shoot a puck.
Gosh,
Probably still can. If we ever get a Brahmas alumni game, fans will see it. There's a 120-mile-an-hour rocket to the back
And
of
he
the net.
could shoot the puck.
Scary.
I would say
scary.
arguably, possibly harder than Scott Shepard.
Yes.
What do you
Oh,
think?
no,
You think
100%.
so?
100%.
Yeah. I don't know about 100%, but
You know what? I'm
they both could shoot the puck, man.
I should have had Chad Woolard out for the destroying of the copier video. It would have taken a lot less time.
He's, it's so funny because off the ice,
So
just
mellow.
mild-mannered, so mellow, and he's, I see him all the time because he's out here officiating games in youth hockey and adult hockey. I see him all around town all the time, stays involved. Now he's running around with his kids.
3. He's got 3
now?
kids.
Hat trick of kids.
He's in the club. He's in the 3 kid club with us there, Frank.
Yeah, it's quite the club, isn't it?
It is. So Shreveport for the first 3 games this month here at home, and we also have another old school rival with Corpus playing here the 23rd and 24th. Never easy against Corpus. Corpus coached, of course, by former Brahma Ryan Crothers.
Yep.
And they've been difficult this year, but so some good games coming up. Jersey auction on the 24th, immediately following the game. We can do that on the ice. Do that one out on the ice.
I guess we can. We would do that with the players with a skate.
No,
because we do the skate
it's
Wednesday.
chaos with all that going on. Yeah, it'll either be in the hall above the locker room or on the ice, but preferably on the ice. It just works out better.
Yeah, I think the fans
it
like
flows
that.
better.
Yep.
So that's going on the 24th. If you are current military, retired military, a veteran, a disabled veteran, any sort of tie to the military, you get in free every single game this month. And anybody in your party comes for $5. But to take advantage of that, you have to go to the box office, see Mr. Morrison, another former Brahma great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Connor in the box office, or Foster if he's down there. They'll take care of you and get you in. Should be no issues. Good times here at the NYTEX Sports Center. We talked about Dan's career as a mud bug.
The day we got an incoming call, is that a fan calling in about Dan's career?
That was Chet Yoder, the voice of the mud bugs. He had something to add in.
The day that we selected or announced Dan as our coach way back in 2007, North Richland Hills, packed City Hall for a press conference. The gasps coming out of some of the fans because they just didn't know what to make of the fact that the guy who had been killing us for 8 years was now going to be our guy. And,
I mean, it'd kind of be like the Yankees announcing that, I don't know, Wade Boggs was their new manager. But that's not even true. Because
Wade Boggs played for the Yankees and won a World Series with them. It was very strange when Wade Boggs came over to the Yankees. No, it was different in this respect. The Yankees can bring in anybody because the Yankees have had a history of winning, although the last 20 years or 18 years have been just painful.
Well, the Brahmas did not have a history of winning at that point.
The Brahmas did not. So really anybody you brought in pretty much had their way with you at that point. I mean, you were talking about a team that in
15 wins a year.
Yeah, I mean, in the 2 years that Sal and I were essentially owned the team outright. So 2007, 8, and then 8, 9, the year we won it. We won 100 games in those 2 years, and I don't remember I think that amassed the previous 5 years, or maybe even 6 years combined. So when we stepped up to the podium and said, "Hey, we're winning a championship this year," in 2007. And here's our new coach. People were laughing like, these guys are funny. Ha ha.
Yeah.
And of course, we won it the second year. Which
could have won it the first year. Game 7, semifinals.
Really could have won it that year. It was probably that travel to Colorado. We hit a crossbar. But, listen, Colorado was a great team. So it kept us hungry, and we won it in that second year.
Against Colorado.
Against Colorado.
Yep.
That was a great night.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Dan is the only coach the NYTEX Sports Center has known, and we'll see him ply his craft against his former team this weekend.
And you think about that. This is his 12th season as the Brahmas coach, and he played in Shreveport for 8. Here's a guy, 20 years, 2 organizations. That really is unprecedented these days in sports.
It's a very fire-happy world. I mean,
well, it's not only like fire happy, but it's.
I mean, Quinville's out at Chicago. We heard that news.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they let him
crazy.
go.
That's crazy.
10 years with that team, and he brought him 3 championships.
But it's also, it's really there's so many factors because. First of all, do teams even last for 12 years at the level of which we've been at?
No.
Between minor pro and then now in the North American League. We've seen so many teams come and go. We've seen so many coaches come and go. Coaches leave for a lot of reasons. One is not doing a good job, like you just said.
Right.
But the other is doing a great job and moving upward. And Dan certainly is a guy that could move upward and will move upward in his career, but has chosen to be here with this organization and lead the young men we have. So we're really fortunate in that respect because he just brings that consistency.
Yeah, we're lucky. One thing we have not had to do is interview coaches.
Not since 2000. Not since 2007.
I haven't even seen a resume come across the desk, honestly, which is great.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks, we've gone on long enough. There's tickets available. You can go to LoneStarBrahmas.com or just come to the box office. Connor would love to see you. 7:30 puck drop
Come
Friday.
Out, be loud, be proud. Let's crush the Bugs.
Remember to mention happy birthday to Sal and, of course, Bango.
Yeah, Bango and Sal.
Bango will be a little bit easier to spot than Sal.
And if you guys see me around the NYTEX Sports Center today or tomorrow, obviously tomorrow because we're going out Wednesday, please remind me to get him a cake because if I don't get him a cake, I'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we're out of here. Oh, by the way, The intro.
Pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. We have to have you back at the show.
First time on the show.
First time.
Really, I'm wondering why it's taken you all these years to invite me on the program. Okay.
Well, and fans are already calling. That's probably someone calling you to remind you to get a cake.
It is. It is.
Well, what ringtone is that?
James Bond.
Like a new version of it?
I don't know.
I haven't seen a Bond movie in a while. Connery's the only Bond. I know Roger Moore. I'm more of a Roger Moore guy. Who's your favorite Bond, Frank?
Well, it's catch-22, okay, because I would have to go with Sean Connery because
James
he
Bond.
because he had a better theme song in Live and Let Die.
That's true.
Okay. But from an actual Bond character standpoint, to me, it's always going to be Roger Moore.
Yeah.
You know?
I like Roger because he did not look like, he was not a physical specimen. He's not like The Rock. I would always be like, how's this guy kicking everybody's butt? He's like it looks like he's an accountant.
Yeah. No, he was great. Great James Bond.
Well, there you go. James Bond talk.
Pleasure to be here, Chad. Thanks for having me.
All right. Till the next time. Remember, get your hair cut at Sport Clips. And if you get arrested for murder, you know who to call.